Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Millers in Motion. Today, I was going to put the door in, and I didn't plan on doing a video, but
I told him that those people that are looking to build buses might not know how to do the door installation like he does. He makes everything look simple. So he started it last night, and we're here today on a sunny, windy.
And when she says I started it last night, all I really did was take this door off. And
You did bend the
I
metal.
pried this piece out a little bit so I could get that top plate up there underneath that metal. Still got some tidying up to do on that piece, but I was gonna wait until I got everything secured and everything worked good. But follow along, we're gonna go ahead and get started. A lot of this will be in time lapse, but you'll get to see it. So here we are, let's do it. Real quick is bring you over here and show you that the striker plate is gonna hit right here. So I just took my grinding wheel and just cut into this slot so that it would perfectly fit right here where the door is gonna hit. So a lot of people elect to leave the Skoolie door on. They'll weld it together, whatever, and we have one. I just didn't want that. I wanted something a little bit more homey. So we decided to get a storm door, which is a really nice storm door we got.
The Savannah.
It's called the Savannah. It's from Lowe's if you want to check that out. But it has a screen where you can let the window down and the screen is there, and it's kind of cool. But it's a 36, so this is exactly 36 inches. And a storm door is made to fit in a 36-inch opening. In other words, like on brick mold, because it's kind of a storm door, screen door type door. So anyway, we got the Savannah. It's a 36 by 80. Now, because it's 80 and this is only 78, I'm gonna have to cut off a couple of inches off the bottom of the door, but that's okay, because this is what's gonna finish out the bottom of the door, and it's got a sweep, which will be nice. So I'll show y'all that in this video. And so we're gonna go ahead and get started getting this attached to the side. This is extremely hard and thick aluminum. And so I'm gonna pre-drill every one of these so that I don't break the heads off of those screws, which I've already done up here once. So anyway, so that's what we're about to do, so here we go. Every storm door I've ever installed came with three pieces, a left, a right, and a top plate as the frame for the storm door. So right now we're putting on the left side. It's the one that has the striker plate in it. Now I did have to cut a couple of inches off of the length of this one because, like I said earlier, that's an 80-inch door and this is a 78-inch opening. It's a good idea to get a really good drill bit. Pre-drill each one of these holes with a drill bit that's just a size under the size screws provided in the door kit. I'd already done the top, so that was in place. I didn't have to worry about that. We're going to move on after I get all these screws into the other side. You definitely want to take your time when you're drilling these holes through these different layers of aluminum, because if you try to go too fast, you will break a drill bit. Now on to the next one. All right, now before I can do the other side, I'm gonna have to drill out, or I think I'm gonna have to drill these out. So I took the right door frame and put it up against there, and it did not miss those pop rivets. So what I'm having to do now is drill all of those out, and I think there's 5 or 6 of them, and then take a chisel and just chisel out those big pop rivets. Those things are super heavy duty and not exactly easy to get out. So what I'm having to do now is change out drill bits. The one I was using, I had been using on the other side, and it was pretty much useless at this point. So I had to put in a brand new one, and just like that, we were back in business. And on the last one here, the tip broke off the drill bit, so this one's useless too. Alright, so I'll grab my hammer and my chisel and we'll finish knocking these things out. Like I said, there's 5 or 6 of them. I would say take your time when doing this, and if you have one of these buses, you will have to do this in order to get that frame to sit flush down on there. Otherwise it'll stick off there. You don't want that. You also don't want to bust out a window or hurt yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. Earlier I broke the head off of one of the screws, so I'm going to have to cut that off real quick. Alright, so let me show you what happens when you don't pre-drill. There's the head of the screw that just popped right off. So we went a size bigger with our drill bit and now it's working perfect. So with those pop rivets removed and nothing in the way, the right side went up like a dream. Especially with the assistance of my lovely helper. Thanks, babe. And Nellie. She's always there for moral support. This is Nellie, everybody, and I think y'all met her in one of our videos already, but she is excited to go on trips. She wants to be on the bus all the time, and we ain't even went nowhere yet. Yeah, this is going really nice. While we're finishing this up, I wanted to talk to you about our next segment of the video, cutting down the door. The bus opening is not square, and this created a small problem. You'll see what I mean. This is your best friend right now, because what you don't want to do is scratch up your door. And what'll happen is when your saw is running across there, it'll scratch this up. And you can clean it off sometimes, but a lot of times it's really hard to get it off. 2 rows of this blue tape ought to do the trick. And I'll get my measurement. Measure twice, cut once. Now I'm doing a 1/4 inch, actually about 3/8 of an inch off of my measurement. The reason is when we put this on the sweep, you want to have some room for this to be able to move back and forth freely. A lot of times I would turn this blade around for cutting this, but I have a feeling that it would just take twice as long. So, here we go. Beautiful. This is what I was talking about. The reason we like this door is because on nice cool days, we can just lower this window and then the screen rolls right down. It's really nice. Now for the fun part. So what I needed to do was get this door up high enough so that we wouldn't have to just hold it in place. So I took a milk crate, a couple 2x4s, and it seemed to fit just perfect. So I pre-drilled a hole in 2 of the hinges just to give the door some support so that we wouldn't just have to keep holding it there. Once I got those screwed off, I went ahead and pre-drilled the rest of the holes in the hinges. And it went pretty smooth after that. Remember, and I can't stress this enough, to use a drill bit a size smaller than the screw you're using. Otherwise, the screws won't be tight and could back out over time, especially driving a big bus down bumpy roads. Or worse, your door just falls off. It's almost perfect, but it's not. Okay, so remember earlier when I said you'll see? Well, that's where we are. The door still wouldn't fit, so I ended up having to cut some more off of the bottom because the opening is just not square. Alright, so because I cut some of the bottom of the door off, I had to trim some of this sweep off. I think it's going to fit perfect now. So we'll do a little test fit here. That's beautiful. So after adjusting the sweep a couple of times, it was hard to even tell that that opening wasn't square. I think it looks great. My wife loves it, and it seems as if Nellie also approves. Lovely.
Yeah, much better.
Now, the next thing is to put the handle on. But because we gotta go to Costco, shout out to Costco if y'all want to sponsor our videos, that'd be great. I don't really know of anything that we've bought from Costco for the bus yet.
We will be stocking the bus with.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that bell.